Kobe Spiky is with us as we talk tech on Tech Talk. LinkedIn has launched a redesign with disappearing stories.
Yeah, everybody's doing stories now. Since
like what we see on WhatsApp statuses and Facebook.
Snapchat and Instagram stories. And Twitter has been experimenting with its fleeting stories called Fleets. Nice. Now, LinkedIn, a professional website, social media platform, is also introducing its own stories. So now people can post 24-hour stories that will fleet after 24 hours it disappears. And I think they're doing this to make it more engaging, more fun, because everybody thinks, LinkedIn is boring. It's just for professionals. But they want you to know that you can also be social on a professional platform like LinkedIn.
Because that's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, how does this fit in with the LinkedIn brand? Because when I go on LinkedIn, I'm going to read an article or going to update my CV or do something very professional and grown up. But let's move to other fun apps like Epic and Spotify.
Yes.
I hear they are allying against Apple and Google app policies.
Yes, so we've been discussing over time how Apple and Google charge app developers a tax for hosting their apps and for charging users a service fee. So for instance, if you're making a purchase on Apple on an app on an iPhone, Apple takes a cut.
Yeah.
And Epic, which is one of the people leading this, has been fighting against this, saying that, hey, it's not fair. What if the app is free but want to charge in-app purchases? It's pushing people away. So they've come together, Epic Games, Spotify, Match Group, Tile, and others. They formed an alliance to pressure Apple and Google to rethink these rules.
Right.
And the concern is basically that it's not allowing for competition.
Right.
For instance, Tile's concern is that Apple limits Tile's app in favor of Apple's own Find My service, which is Apple's service. So Tile creates these little tiles that you can attach to your devices or your bags or stuff, so you can find them with an app. If you're like me and you keep losing stuff, you can just buy a tile, stick the tile to it, and wherever it is, it can, has a
And Apple has a similar service.
Apple has a similar service. And Tile is claiming that Apple is sort of, limiting them so their service would thrive, would be better. And Spotify too, is a music streaming service.
Like Apple Music.
Like Apple Music, and Apple has Apple Music. So Spotify is saying that Apple is killing them, so Apple Music would,
I wonder what the local app developers think about this, because we also have a thriving scene here in Ghana where people are developing these applications. How does it affect persons like this?
I mean, think about it. If these companies are taking about 30% of each transaction on their platform, it may be worrying. For instance, you're asking for $1, and then they're taking 30 cents, let's say, from that dollar. You're just left with 70 cents. Think about your development costs, think about your service costs, think about your operational costs. All these things coming together, you might not be making, as much money, especially if the user base is not as high as the big company. I mean, these are big companies who have huge user bases, yet they are even feeling that 30% pinch. So imagine those who don't have even 100,000.
Which is the end of the market,
exactly
where lots of our local app developers are.
Yeah.
Interesting. Kobe Spiky, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
For those updates. Up next, in business, commercial banks advanced over 4 billion cedis in fresh credits to businesses during the COVID-19 period. Stay with us.